Welcome to a new Factorio episode. I worked on this one, so it's not functional. I put in some science, some science. I forgot the name. Science packs. Some science packs. Really? How did it called? Should have some weird name. Oh, I cannot see them right here because I need to ask them right there. Space science packs. Why science? I don't know. So I put in some space science packs, 5,500 at the moment, still there, and they're burning through those. Well, the main base is making new ones and putting them here. I also hooked up this ore patch in such a way that it will first use up the ore patch, and then it will consume the trains. Train is working and that kind of stuff, so there's no problem with that. The big stations are all figured out. Refueling of the trains also figured out, because that was a mess to figure out. There's a lot of wiggly spaghetti things, but it looks neat and tight, and it's just working. Also, this is the thing where that converts water heavy on petroleum into you loop sulfuric and petroleum, so that's working wonderfully, and it seems like it's capable of keeping it up, so that's good. They're missing some speed modules like here, and here are some missing speed modules, but it doesn't really matter too much. I will fix that later, but it's working. What do we, by the way, need? So I just got a level 2, 3 level 2. So if we just go to the menu and say we want 3 of those, if we go to our base, we will get those, and if we walk here, we will do that. But I made a mistake before I started the episode. I asked manually fuel in of the nuclear things, and there are now overfuels. So I need to fix that, and apparently it's not working, the manual fuel on a distance, because it overfuels. Now every one of these has too much fuel in there, and it should only be one in there, because I don't want to waste a lot of fuel, and that's gonna happen when I do this. I'm gonna waste so much fuel, it's unbelievable. Although I do have a lot of fuel, I don't want to waste it, because alright, and now this side, yeah, see, it's not took this fuel. Let's just put one in each of these. So this one is manually fueled, and I hope that it will only fuel if the steam is too low. Oh, I might want to take these out. Let's see, is there anything else in here? Is there anything in these ones? No, there is not, so that's good. So then it means that what we can do is put these in here. They will just get sorted into the chests, and that will be nicely. Is there enough? There is still enough things. We need way more non-uranium, non-good uranium. So I might want to bring that over here. Let's do one run of that. So we have one inventory full of non-good uranium. We can get rid of that. That I want to work with. Is there anything else I can get rid of? I do think so. I think this is it that we can get rid of easily. Also, I'm carrying fish with me because I think I need to use fish, but I don't never use fish, so I should get just into the habit of using fish. So inventory full. Let's go. Let's go, go, go. So now we have some bad uranium, as I would call it, or 238 instead of 235. And I'm gonna put it there, and I hope that it doesn't die like last time. Last time we got to look at it for a long time, and then it died because it didn't have the fuel that it needed, and that's a tiny problem. So now I'm gonna put it in. Let's get that blade out of there, put it there, because then we can put this with the stuff. Put you in here. No, you in. Nice. I put you there. Alright, so that looks good. So now it does have some bad fuel things, so that's good. We can see what's in the storage, right? Logistics system storage. I do have buffers, so if we just convert this all to buffers, it would also work. So with twice as much of that stuff, what we eventually need is 10 times as much as that stuff. And no, 10. So from every good one, we need 10 iron. For every good one, we need 10 iron. We have 2 iron for every good one, and even more bad. So we should just have another run of bad uranium to do it to the side, and then it means that it's all fine. So let's do that. Probably should automate it, because it's Factorio. You should automate everything, but yeah, it's working on its own. It's an own system, and I don't know what to think about it. Like that. Oh yeah, and then if we do this and then that, then we can get even more with me. Then we walk back. So maybe just making a single line, it's a single belt thing or something, and then making the requester thing belt or something. I don't know. Maybe with robots, but that's going to be a mess. Belts is also going to be a mess, so I don't know. And this need to move eventually, and I probably will put it more close to home or connect to the rail network, so it will work. But for now, yeah, it's a mess. It does run really long time, and this amount of stuff, so I don't worry about it too much. So how much is there? Just twice as much. So there is like 15,000 divided by 20. So if first divided by 10 is 1.5 is 705k. We can do this, and that means 705k is 75,000 uranium fuel cells or something. That's a lot of energy we can produce. It's tons of energy. Oh, there's even a lot in here already. Oh, this is the good ratios, so it's gonna take a long time. But this system doesn't work. It overwrites it too badly. And the system doesn't seem to remember. These switches don't seem to work properly, because they only should allow it one time, and it just continued. There's a memory cell here that knows if there's something in here, yes or no. And there's nothing in here, so the light turns on, so it's good. But it didn't seem to work. There's also nothing in here. And the steam is up and running. Don't worry that we don't have nothing in there, because our steam is completely full, so we don't want anything in there, because otherwise we would not be efficient. And now we are efficient. Fluid consumption 17 of 60 per second. So that's good. That's all good. Fine. You want to have a little bit of steel? Here is your steel. There's a lot of steel. We also have iron. That's sometimes even being used up. That's so weird. There's a lot of iron going through the system, as you can see. Some copper. Copper is going down, I believe. We might want to look into that soon. But this is episode 99, and next episode will be a tour of the world. You can see it's going down. We need to find another big copper patch, or at least a copper patch, and hook it up. But I already hooked this one up a long time ago, 20 million. It's now 7 million. I hooked this one up lately, and this tiny one. I might want to hook these two up. But the problem is, I cannot really put more copper in this station. There's 5 trains or something. Yeah, 5 trains getting that copper out. There's also on this side, we were working on a tiny bit of copper. We can probably put that one to bigger speed. So that one, and maybe that one, or that one, and that one. So this copper thing would like it better. And you even want to get that one out of the way so we can make that thing. So probably get that patch. That's something we can do now. I wanted to do water this episode, as you might have guessed, because I didn't trash the pumps. But I think making that water station, this is nice that I want a water station, because I'm been using shitty ways to get the water out and getting to those stations. And there is a station here to get water, but the problem is I don't tank water in there. And I was thinking, well, we can place it right here. Well, that was in my head, because there was still 14 million copper here that needed to be removed before I could place things there. So what we're gonna do is just 200 of those. Means times 3. We need that amount of these, so 600 of those. I get 700. We need a ton of belts and underground belts and that kind of stuff, so I will just look into that. Dude, that was too far for them. Up. Alright, so a ton of belts. So let's just grab at least a row, and then let's just grab them all. Who cares? Underground belts and another stack of splitters. 7 of these. 700. Oh, why we are using these? We should be using speed modules, I guess, or not? It doesn't matter. Let's use some speed modules for the middle or something. And let's bring some of these with me. At least have enough of those. Let's get you down. Oh, is there anything else I did? I don't think so. So let's just walk to the place where we need to go. I'll make another station. Oh yeah, also what I wanted to do is real simple, but really useful, because I keep forgetting and I don't want to do it off camera. If we just do this, and we got one of these flat things, and if we just fill this one up, let's try again. Only tiles, please. And not this row. Oh, let's just get that away. That's also an option. And now I'm gonna let the thing be filling, the robots be filling this area with these tiles. Oh no, just get it all. Doesn't really matter. No entities, just tiles, please. Something like this, and the robots will be doing this for a long time. But it would look good, in my opinion, and I hope it does. There are no robots here, so I'll just keep that. It's gonna take a long time before the robots are done with it. I've lost my mouse to a robot. We're just gonna making this really slowly. I have a lot of fun making it. Robots. A few thousands are missing. 600 objects are missing construction. Yeah, I know that. So that's gonna also be. I have a personal list in the next to my screen. It's just things that I wanted to do, and it's cool. But again, I'll remove concrete off that list. Is there anything? Oh, there was something. Oh, is there more here that I could place? No. Maybe there is. I do hear sometimes things being placed, so because this is going to be used later on for more throughput of our of iron and copper, if we somehow manage to get the amount of ores we need to supply it. But that doesn't matter. You can go away. Is there anything else? You can go away. All right. So what I want to do is get one to the left side and get that below this one. So let's just get the line going, see where we need to be. that way. Get a nice underground thing. Yeah, let's make it 2 because we do need at the end more than 1, I guess. Or just make 1 and then copy it over. Yep, that. Oh, bye trees. So yeah, I made it less likely that ores will be covering trees will be covering ore patches, which in my opinion is awesome, because that is a big problem always, and it doesn't feel. Yeah, I know. It feels better when trees don't cover ore patches. A little bit, not too much, but a little bit. Get that one away. No, that one. Alright, so that's working. So let's continue with our road to copper, because that's here. Then we need a fast station. I don't know. So that height, that wide. I'm just gonna continue really fast or really. Ooh, that's a problem. Wrong round, wrongly orientated. Let's just grab that the other one too and use this on the outside, and then use this one on the inside. Alright, it doesn't have power, but that's not a problem. Also a little bit more, please. And now the power is connected. You should be that. You should be that. Alright. You do need power. Trees, please just. You're ruining my day. Alright, so that's all working. So you go down. How far do we need to go down? Right here. Alright. Oh, that's wrong. Let's try again. Oh. Alright. Alright, here. Let's see, how much can you produce? Probably not enough to fill this belt, so what we're gonna do is just make you, and I make a side balancer, so it's both the same. You do the same stuff with this one, and then we use them, combine them, and we balance them again, and we hope that that is a full belt, a sort of full belt. Just get rid of this already, please. Thank you. Oh, I hope that is a full belt, and then we make a second layer for another belt. We'll hook that up later. Let's first try to get that working. Oh, let's get the other one. Put up for this part. Power gun. I know. Doesn't really matter, because we're just gonna put that right around the place, not over the R patch. These could be really important power lines, and I'm just cutting and placing. I don't know. Let's see, how important were they? That's pretty important, because that's holding out our west line and a little bit of our north line. And why is it not connected to a different network? I don't know. It's all just going through this power pole. Let's get you in. So then this is working. Now we need another one, or we just need a tiny bit of more. All right, you in. You go in here. You're gonna do that. Then we need a little bit of that, and you. Then the next one is going to be you should be one higher, you know. Oh, it just came out really nicely here. And then we combine that. right here into a belt. Alright, now we do that to the right side. Then I'll run back to the station and then did it connect? I think it did. We will see later. Like so. Now we need to put that in somewhere. So we do have a room here to put one in. It's a nice one. A little bit of copper left. You cannot really put a lot of station things here. We probably should just move this around, and I will do that between episode. But for now, I talked about talking to your comments earlier, and I want to do that. So I picked a random comment of the last week or something, and it's Leroy Assay. I will put a text on the screen if I don't forget. If I forget, just pause below because I'm just stupid. Anyway, he asked, what exactly is better to use for transport stuff, belts or robots? That's going to depend on what you want to do, on how you define better. Although it's vague answer, so let me explain. If you have robots don't take up tiles, but the charging station does. And for every 30 robots, you need a charging station. So, for example, if you want to make a belt with these things, so you basically think about, well, what's the distance? Because for robots, you need to have what's faster. If you calculate what's faster per, I'm gonna explain this. If you calculate what's faster per density, so these, I think we can all agree that the density of these three is the same as these 4 belts. These can only hold 140 robots before depletion of the power, because if you do more than 130 robots per robot port, so 120, right? Yeah, 120. So 120 robots, then they will just be charging non-stop, and that's not nice. You want a non-stop force, then belts would be better. So if you calculate that with, if you ask that question, what would be better, robots or belts? Then the answer would be belts. Per, let's say per meter, belts would be better. But if you go really big distances, have a lot of things that go from left to right, like for example, I have ores here, and I want them to be right here, but I have different stuff that needs to be crushing so many times. The crushing means trains would be better or robots, but trains are better at bigger distances and robots are good at small tiny things. For example, what I wanted to tell, I have a lot of items here that need to go everywhere. If we do that with belts, it's not going to be this compact and this efficient. If I do that with trains, this will be oh my god, that's going to be a problem. But if I do it with robots, that's a nice case. So robots are nice for short distances and a lot of tiny stuff that needs to be miscellaneous going everywhere. For example, I also used that in this episode for loading and unloading for the trains because I wanted to use it as balancers. Didn't quite work that way, so I'll just keep robots using for a lot of as a multi-purpose thing. I use trains. Trains do you use as universal things. For example, for the ores, I don't need to make belts to on my ore stations, and ore stations I don't need to move them. So I use trains and just load in trains and move them to my ore station. So that's trains really useful. Also, I use trains for long distances, but anything else in between is basically belts. And if you want a shorter answer, it's for short things, really short things, it's robots. Middle things, belts. For long things, trains. But that's not really the case, completely the case, but you get the idea. But I want to thank you guys for watching. Leave your thoughts and comments down below, and I will reply. For now, have a nice day, and goodbye.